Hello, you beautiful souls out there, traversing the ups and downs. Thank you again for joining me on this channel here at The Craft of Living. And as always, I have another unboxing for you today. But before I get into that, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for sticking with me all this time and watching my videos. And I just today figured out how to get rid of that space that was on the side of the videos. I am not a video editor, as you see. And the one thing I like to say about that is you'll always know that I am not trying to put on a show for you of inauthenticity or fakeness. It's like all candid, uncut, very raw and real material, unedited. So it's unedited because that's just not my forte, and I like to be as real as possible. And so thank you for putting up with all of my non-edited reels. So without further jibber jabber, let's get on with the unboxing. So I caved. I went to a tarot store with a friend, and I thought that I was going to be immune to all the temptations, but I was not, because they had the most amazing collection. And only one deck out of must have been hundreds they had, because they also allowed you to play with each deck and each card, which was super cool. But I got this deck, is called the Inner Child Healing Oracle deck, and I'm very excited to bring this to you today because I believe that inner child work is so important. I feel that there's a lot of things from our inner child that that we learn as kids from our environment, from whoever was around us, with no blame being placed, just acknowledging this, and we pick up, you know, good traits and also bad traits. And a lot of those traits that I'm talking about are patterns or ways of looking at the world, or ways of thinking about things that we inherited from our environment around us, that we got when we were kids. And it's so instilled in us that we don't usually recognize it or challenge that thought or belief as something that's not serving us, because it's just like a part of us, something that has always been, you know. So you don't even think to question something like that when you have no awareness around those beliefs, which that is the trickiest part of changing your beliefs, is actually becoming aware of the limiting belief that is holding you back, and then learning to heal it, let it go, and transform it into something else. And so I really liked that this deck kind of helps you do that. I think I drew cards for every single deck that I touched when I went into that store. And the one card I pulled from here was talking about betrayal. And I know that that is one of my personal long-time triggers, is feeling betrayed by people. So they gave me advice in this deck and what to do next. And I just found that that can be so helpful as a tool and technique to use when you are working on yourself to be the best version. So this deck started off on Kickstarter. I'm not even sure they're going to be making this anymore. I got this on a closeout sale, but I really, really, really loved the artwork. Was drawn to the artwork and the colors of this deck. So here we have it. This deck is by Kylie Dang. The illustrations are by Ruby Do Trin. And the Inner Child Healing Oracle deck. So let's take a look at the back. The Inner Child Healing Oracle deck is a guided healing journey to help you connect with your vulnerable, joyful, and creative child within. This deck consists of 56 cards and a guidebook containing channeled messages and intuitive practices. When you long to come home to yourself, this deck is here for you. So Kylie Dang has been on her healing journey for more than a decade. She left the corporate America in 2015 to start her first healing center in California. She completed her 4 years of training in energy healing and transpersonal psychology at Barbara Brennan Healing School, and she loves to bring joy to all aspects of her life. Yay! So I love to bring all kinds of joy to every aspect of my life too. which is why I'm sharing this with you. So, first off, it comes in a hinged box. So that's kind of cool. It's probably the only hinged box that I have. I mean, it's not truly hinged, but it has a hinge opening, right? I am here for you, says your inner self. And here's a lovely sticker. Transformation coming out of the lotus, which the lotus does. The lotus grows out of the muck and the mud at the bottom of a pond, and it transforms that muck, that mud, that cloudiness into something beautiful and resilient with great clarity. And that's the fire of transformation here, and the clarity of truth with the sword there. I mean, that's what I take out of that. So then let's look at the guidebook before we get into it. So another thing that I really liked about this artist is that she has a very, her style of drawing just reminds me of fairy tales and Disney and stuff like that. So I really was drawn to her colors and her, just how she draws. I mean, look how cute this little girl is on in the center here in her heart. That inner child is a potent source of power. If we can access it and let this inner child really shine. So let's take a look at the guidebook here. It's a table of contents. Phase 1 is come home to yourself. 95 cards, or 25 cards there, I should say. Phase 2 is discover and meet the real you. And the last phase is live and shine from the real true self. So welcome to the Inner Child Healing Journey, a message from the deck creator. I have a deep love for inner child healing work. My own healing and transformation journey inspired me to make this deck. After coming to the US on my own, Thich Nhat Hanh, I'm sorry if I don't say that correctly, his book, Reconciliation, Healing the Inner Child, truly changed my life. It initiated a deep, lifelong journey of inner child healing and reconnecting to the light in me. All of the triggers and pain I encountered in my life pointed back to my wounded inner child not feeling safe, not feeling heard, or seen, or loved. My healing came from acknowledging this child and her needs and loving her exactly where she is. This is also part of self-acceptance, guys, and I feel inner child work can really help us come back to loving ourselves. If you can look at yourself as that little 6 or 7-year-old that you were when you were 6 and 7, and be able to give yourself what you need, it opens up this beautiful blossoming of the heart chakra of vulnerability and trust in the universe. And boy, you can really move mountains when you access that. So that's why I'm a super fan of it also. She says, I know that if I died tomorrow, my deepest longing would be for every human being to understand that no matter how wounded you are, you can always begin again and heal from your childhood. We are all wounded children, and very often we don't know how to come back to ourselves and take care of the wounds we were given. This deck is an open, sweet, and loving invitation for you to come back home to yourself, to have the courage to take care of, embrace, and heal your wounds. Deep inside each wound is a beautiful, sweet, sparkling light, and you begin to remember more of this light when you start to heal your wounds and you align with who you truly are. Through this deck, I wanted to remind people that Earth is the healing portal. You can heal yourself starting right here where you are. My intention, as you begin to travel through this deck, is that you see yourself reflected in the cards, and it ignites a more profound connection within. You will see the humanity of others and feel closeness with those around you when you cultivate this inner connection with yourself. And I'm not going to read it all to you for the sake of time and, leave it to you if you decide to get this, but she does go on, and this part jumps out at me. Usually people rush to become an adult, believing that they will just know what to do and how to do it. But I want this deck to guide people through a gentle and balanced transition from childhood to adulthood. I like that. So what is the wounded inner child? And she talks about that a little bit. What is the inner child healing? It's a journey where you start to come home to yourself. You create a safe space for yourself to connect, listen, feel, and heal the wounds within. and how to use your deck. About the deck, bond with the deck. I suggest the very first thing you do is energetically cleanse the deck with sage, Palo Santo, or by rubbing it gently with your favorite crystal. She talks a little bit more about that. Set an intention and communicate. Ask for blessings. Conducting the inner child reading, the 3 stages, drawing cards and examples, shuffling the cards, and then what to do about jumping cards, reading for yourself, reading for others. She does have spreads there. And then she goes into interpretations of the cards. So they are in color, so that's kind of nice. I do like that. Teeny tiny color, but they're still in color, so that's very cool. And then, let's see. It's the last card. And then about the author and the artist. Oh, nice. All right, so let's get into the deck. So it has a nice ribbon pull. I always appreciate that, you know, otherwise you're just flipping it, right? So this makes it a little more classy. Oh, I see. I was wondering what this line was, and I get now. You're supposed to write your name in here because there's a little comma right there. So, you know, put your name. I am here for you. That's neat. I don't know that I would actually do that. Okay, so here's the backs of the cards. You have kind of like a matte finish. The cards are pretty thick. It's either medium thickness, medium, what is that? Extra large, medium large? I don't know, but a little bit above medium, what I would say the thickness is. And you have that symbol right there that we got on the sticker. And then see, I really love this card right here, right off the bat. Come home to yourself. And it's really just, I agree, it's the first step. Coming home to yourself, full acceptance. See, she's open there waiting with open arms, no judgment. She's not saying, well, did you finish everything you were supposed to do today? Because, you know, you need to be productive. Like, she's not sitting there with her arms crossed being judgmental. She's like, I love you no matter what you do. And, you know, not all of us necessarily feel that way about ourselves. So right off the bat, right out of the gate, I love this one. The door's open in the background. Her arms are open. She's not withholding love for any reason. I just love that. And I'm going to skip ahead just a little. So we have enjoy your shower. Yes, man, that can be so cleansing, especially for you people out there that resonate with water. Feel your heart. Look at this sweater she's wearing, this golden hearted sweater. I mean, it looks like it's illuminated from within, and she's doing some self-care with that cup of tea. She's really being in the present moment. She's closing her eyes, feeling the heat of the cup in her hands, feeling her heart and the breath move through her, feeling the rays of the window, the golden lights streaming in, just taking it all in. You can see she's, based on the illustration, she's got rosy cheeks, so she's a little bit feeling fulfilled. So I love this card already right off the bat. Feel your heart. Loving kindness and awareness. She's holding these 2 symbols in her hand. So in this card, I feel we get a deeper explanation on what these 2 symbols mean to the author and why she's having the sword of truth come into this bag of scrolls or information or knowledge. Looks like to me. Very interesting. Have tea with your shadow. That part of yourself that you don't like, that you just wish would just go away. You don't like it when that part comes out, or when you express that self, or when you start to feel that part of yourself. This card is inviting you to get comfy with that shadow aspect of yourself. Really get to know it. Don't be afraid of it. See what it has to say. Have a cup of tea with it. Sit down with it. Have a conversation. Oh yeah, you feel that way? Tell me why you feel that way. You really think that other people are going to do that? Tell me why you feel that way. Tell me where other people in your past have behaved that way towards you. You might be able to come to a different understanding of this shadow, this ugly, quote, ugly part of yourself. I don't feel like it's ugly. It's just a tool, aspect of yourself to alchemize into something different, transform into something, a more evolved version of this, right? I feel like it's just waiting like putty to be molded into something that is beneficial to you. But I like that. I like this card so far. Super cool. This one is a love letter to your inner child. This was one of the cards that I drew when I was checking this deck out, and she does give homework after you draw certain one of these cards. She does give homework on an action step on what you can do to help facilitate this healing within, which is another reason why I found this deck indispensable in my collection of inner child work. Plant a seed of self-forgiveness. Love this, because I don't know if you're anything like me, but if there's any commonalities there, I have a lot of expectations on myself. I put a lot of expectations on how I need to perform, how I need to act, where I need to be. A lot of that is ego. And if you're not able to forgive yourself for your shortcomings, it makes it very hard to move on, and it makes it very hard to forgive others for their shortcomings, which is very, very important too. And we have, you are enough. I mean, I feel this one is self-explanatory when you have that voice in your head that's like, what did you do today? And measuring it, or like, why didn't you get that project done? Or, you should have spent more time with your family or your kids or your friend. And when you start shoulding on your life, again, I talk about this on my channel a lot. Stop shoulding on your life. We don't deserve it. Shoulding is operating on somebody else's sovereignty. I really, really love that. So try as much as you can to eliminate that word should from your life, because it insinuates you are operating on somebody else's sovereignty. Well, these are the poses of yoga that I should be doing if I want a healthy body, and this is the diet that I should be doing if I want to eat healthy, and these are the practices and partnerships that I should be practicing to have a successful relationship. Like, those are just suggestions from other people. So you are enough. I love that, because it's just saying, even when you feel you are performing at your lowest, you're still enough, because your whole purpose is partly just being you and just feeling that divine essence within you. Move your energy. Ooh, love this rainbow dance she's got going on. And I like her tattoo. She's just moving it, just all those chakras, and gosh, that's beautiful. Feel your vulnerability and needs. Feel them. What does it feel like? What do you need? Have time for yourself. Open to feel, love, and commit. Oftentimes, this is truly scary. We shield ourselves from opening to other relationships because we don't want to get hurt. And where does that come from? Set your intention. This is a big one. Set your intention. She looks clear, she looks strong, she looks proud. Her aura is in alignment with all her chakras. She's getting information from higher sources. She's in a circle of life and an egg of potentiality. Very beautiful. Be patient with yourself. Understand that things are a process. Things don't just boom, okay, now you're done. Like, no, things take time. Sometimes you fall down. Sometimes you go 3 steps back and 2 steps forward. You know, sometimes it isn't so linear as we humans tend to make it or want it to be. It's a lot of back and forth, up and down, 2 steps forwards, 3 steps back. So I love this. She points out the chrysalis above and the process of that. And she's just in acceptance of that. She's also on a body of water, which tells me you're dealing with a fluid situation, maybe even your emotions. And lastly, in the last card of the deck, we have this beauty, which I can see. She definitely, you can tell this is her inspiration, Thitch. This is him right there. Beautiful soul. Oh my gosh, this man. I'm a super big fan of his too, for a very, very, very long time, and read a few of his books. One of them being Anger. That one is a very good book. I can't recall the full title of it, but I know that if you go and look under his name, you will find the books on anger with him. But I found his analogies in that book were very, very helpful. But you are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. Beautiful. Let's give it a shuffle, guys, and see how it performs. Let's see how it do. So this is the side. I'm sorry I didn't show you. It does look like they have a matte gilding on here, a silver matte gilding. Simple. I like that. Let's give it a shuffle. It feels like a thick, sturdy deck. I always bridge my decks. I know it's a bad habit. And you can see, you start to disfigure the cards a little bit. Okay. This deck was hard to pin down, guys. I had to go on her website. She's not doing Kickstarter anymore. She sells it directly off the Inner Child Healing website. Oop. So that's a jumper. We'll leave, is that 2 jumpers? Yeah, it's 2 jumpers. I'll show you guys that one later, but we're just gonna read from maybe 2, we'll see. What is the message that is most needed by the audience watching this now? Spirit knows who's watching, by the way. What is the message most needed by those that are watching this video now? Honor the light in you and in others. Oh, I love that. Look at this sun. It's sacred geometry, the flower of life, if you can see that. Super cool. There is such a beautiful glow to this artist's work. Very, very beautiful. So let's read it. Let's read it. Let's see what it says. Oh, and we have a nice power number at 44. Gonna hold this up to the camera as best I can. Dear you, beautiful you, this card wants you to know that there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. The same goes for others. Each being is a beautiful creation with a unique gift inside, waiting to be discovered so we can shine our light. During your childhood and adolescent years, you may have been conditioned to believe that there is something wrong with you. That is not so at all. The more you look at yourself and others through a lens of kindness, compassion, and curiosity, the more you will discover that each individual has a unique light shining from every cell of their body. No light shines better or more brightly than any other light. Therefore, Recognize the fear and jealousy you may encounter in your life so that you can smile at these feelings and let them go. Each light shining in its full potential supports and invites all other lights to do the same and shine in their unique expression. Let yourself witness your own light, shine your own light, and allow other people the freedom to do the same. The more you see your own light, the more you will see the light in others. This is the practice she gives you for this card, or I call it the homework. Sit with yourself and come into your body. Feel the earth beneath you and allow the earth's energy to fill up into your feet, legs, belly, torso, and all the way to your crown. Take your time to feel this supportive energy flowing through you. Remaining open, allow the heavenly energy to come through the top of your head to your face, neck, torso, legs, and all the way down to your feet. Take your time to feel the supportive heaven energy flowing through you. Place your hands on your core just above your belly button. Feel this energy center in your core essence. Breathe in and out, relax, and feel this space. As you connect with your center, ask yourself, what is my greatest quality and gift? What is my core essence? Listen, feel, and claim it for yourself. Allow yourself to receive your core essence fully and allow this essence to expand from your center into every aspect of your life. Remember your core essence and this radiant light space every time you contact another human being. As you remember your light, try to recognize and receive others in their unique essence and inner light as well. I love this too because they all look like they're in some sort of royal clothes, but she's wearing armor and he's wearing armor, so it's like you're taking time out from the battlefield to honor everybody's talents and abilities as the same source of the light. So I'm going to see what card popped out over here. Calling for higher protection. The angels. Green Tara we have over there. I don't know who that guy is. There's a very powerful cat. And the second card behind that. Oh, you are the creator. I love you. You beautiful lion, you. I see she's wearing the Egyptian headpiece there. Let's see, let's do calling in for protection, and I'll leave this one for a mystery for you. Calling for higher protection, because it's a master number at 11 over here. Calling for higher protection. I feel like this is not necessarily protection, it's just asking for help. So I will hold it up while I read it. You are about to take the next step. Whatever that next step is for you, this card is telling you that you are more than ready for this new and extraordinary adventure. Allow yourself to feel all the feelings that may arise within you. Allow yourself to celebrate that you chose to move forward on your healing journey. On this journey, you may encounter moments of joy and love, as well as moments of struggle and challenge. You may even find yourself in complete darkness at times. In these dark moments, remember that you are not alone. Countless beings are walking, and will continue to walk with you on your path. Trust and be open to receiving support from the light, angels, God, Buddha, and human beings all around you. Remember to pray and ask for help. When you are clear in your intentions and what you want to create in your life, the whole universe will rush to assist you in whatever way you need. So your practice for this card is ground into your body, feel your heart, and ask yourself, what is my intention for this inner child healing journey? You can say your intention out loud or write it in your journal. Keep your words simple and to the point. After clarifying your intention, ask yourself, what is my prayer for myself? Journal your prayer. It does not have to be long, just be sincere and let it flow straight from your heart. It's good enough. For example, May I feel the presence and support of my guides, angels, and ancestors always. May I receive and understand their messages clearly as they illuminate my path with divine light. May I follow this divine light every step I take. And oftentimes I will ask my divine spirit within, lead my thoughts, feelings, actions, and my body in the direction of my highest good today, helping me to recognize opportunities that are in my highest good. Thank you, angels, for revealing to me what it is I need to know. That one's from Kyle Gray, the deck creator. Thank you, angels, for helping me with absolutely everything today. It's totally acceptable to ask. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for checking in today, seeing what I got for you. And I'll just leave you with this little gem, this little awesome gem. She just makes me just so happy, and this is my natural nature, and I definitely identify with this. Get curious about things, because there's so much wonder and magic. You leave so much room for magic to happen in your life when you're curious about things, rather than approaching it as a problem or something that needs to be fixed or just get it over with. You're missing and skipping out on all that magic if you're not able to get curious about these things. So love that. Love this little card. Everybody enjoy their day today. Leave some comments below on what you think about this deck and let me know. And I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.